Yes. Clothing and fabrics and style, it's all very important to the Africans. I find when I travel overseas and I come to Africa, the first thing see is the sight, the sound, the smell, but especially the elaborately dressed women, and men, and I think for me, they look very well. I wish I could dress as much as they can, but some of them could just coordinate their clothes, bright yellow, bright this, and it suits them, and it's so beautiful. So that culture also they've brought in during the time they have naming ceremonies here, or they have African Day here. A lot of Africans will wear their traditional clothes, and I think that's also very good. And I think that we have to explore ways that we can incorporate that to our Western clothes and Western clothes into the traditional clothes. And I think that textiles and fabric means a lot to us here. And also one thing also is that I find that the Western people are now using more of our traditional fabrics for furnitures, like throw pillows, beddings, tablecloth. But most of Africans, unfortunately, although they dress well with all these things, they are looking down on it, are not exploring other uses of the fabric. And another sadness I had was in my village when my husband wanted to attend my chieftaincy. I wanted him to wear our own traditionally hand-woven, they call it Igbo in Ishan land. And unfortunately, there was nobody else weaving it in my own particular village. My auntie used to weave it, and then her loom was thrown away by her children when she had arthritis because they saw that it was beneath them to now weave this stuff. And by the time I finished my research, I had to go to actually the Catholic Church again in Ewu, and also the Catholic Church in Uromi to go and order the traditional cloth that my husband wore. So most of it is now being done by the Catholic Church, buying looms and trying to save the tradition for us. And I feel that it is actually very sad that our people are not taking it seriously. They only remember the traditional wears when they're having a wedding or when there's a death, So, but it's very sad. I think that we should, yes, it's beautiful to dress all those colorful way we do, but we should also try to help those people who have the skills and let the skills be passed down to the children somehow, because the skills are dying.
What does that cloth look like that you just talked about?
It would be equivalent would be like your colorful. I have something equivalent upstairs I would have shown you, but it's like hand woven silk, but a thick one, like canvas type, but with patterns. In those days, there would have been traditional patterns, almost like your kilt. Similar to a line, like my auntie's line now would be, this is what the men wore, and there would be figurines and things they'll weave into it that will say, these people are from this side or this clan, and these people are from this clan. So eventually when it was dying, it became generic, that you just want anybody that can weave it. So now, unfortunately, that it's almost extinct, it's the Catholic Church that we have to go to in Uromi to get this hand-woven Igbo cloth. It's almost maybe paisley, like your pattern of what you're wearing, the paisley one, or the tartan equivalent, but woven in old traditional loom way method, which I would have been so beautiful that they didn't throw her loom away, that we actually stored the loom to see how it looks like, and keep it for a museum or something. So that's what I want us to do, is to appeal to my other Africans to please try and safeguard all this information and try and archive them for the sake of our children and the children coming afterwards. Please.
Brilliant. It's starting just now. That was brilliant.
Thank you.
That was brilliant to you, not brilliant. It's starting just
No,
now.
no.
But no, that was excellent.
They predicted it.
Yeah, that was really good.
They predicted